Congratulations, Mickey. You have one big brother. Come on out.
Big winner of the night. Has it hit you yet? Have you processed that you are the winner of Big Brother 21?
Hasn't, and clearly my reaction on stage shows that it hasn't. There's a lot of mixed emotions, and the slime from day one on my move-in shirt shows that it hasn't hit me. But, you know, it's what I came here to do. I had a job to do, and I saw it through to the end, and I walked out with the confetti I always wanted.
What was going through your head? Because it was hard to read your face when you walked out those doors. What were you thinking?
Well, you know, I know in this experience that you are putting yourself under a microscope for the entire country to dissect you, pick you apart from every angle, good, bad, ugly, in between. And I got hit with some hard questions, some questions that are very against every grain in my body. Racism, disrespect towards women, things that I do not tolerate or stand for. And it's a lot of interpretations, a lot of it are opinions, and everyone has a right to them. And I've also said things that I do regret, said things that I'm not proud of, said things in the heat of the moment that this house will bring out of you. But getting hit with those in that chair, trying to get $500,000 next to the girl that I love more than anything in this house, that I've worked so hard to be there for, seeing my parents on the front row, confetti hits, it was a roller coaster. But as it started to sink in, it's relieving. It's relieving to be done, and it's relieving to have the outcome that I always wanted.
All right, let's talk about the happy stuff. You and Holly.
Yes.
Where are we taking this thing? Where's it going?
Holly and I, first, we're going to Disney World, and then we're going to Bora Bora. And we have a deal. We shook on it that regardless of whether we're in a relationship or not, every year we have to take at least one trip, and it has to be the exact opposite of the location that the year before was. So if we go tropical this year, we got to go somewhere cold next year. But we are taking it one day at a time. Just like in this game, we're both very mature, rational people with that, and we're not going to pressure anything. Whatever happens, happens. And if her life and my life are able to coincide synergistically and do our thing together, then great. But regardless, she will always be in my life. She's a great girl and will be one of my best friends outside of this thing, and I love her to death. And whether we are in a relationship or not will not change her place in my heart.
But right now, tonight, she's your girlfriend?
Oh, yeah, we're together. We're together. Yes. There's not a question about that. 6 months, 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 years. I don't have a crystal ball. But I'm looking forward to her when she's done with all these two.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, because as soon as you get out of this backyard, you get to go to the party, get some drinks, have a real night together.
Yes. And my parents. I need to see my parents.
Yes.
I miss my folks. I need to see them and hers.
This is like a rapid-fire relationship. You moved in together first, and then she's going to immediately meet the family.
It is bass-ackwards. And the thing is that my family knows her family knows me, but I've never met them, and she's never met mine. So they have their opinions of us, and there's nothing we can really do to fix it except give it time and see what happens. So it's interesting.
Let's talk about that tough moment. You were confronted with some stuff that you don't know about yet, really.
Right.
How are you going to process that? Are you going to go home and watch it and figure out what happened?
I made my bed. I got to lay in it, and I will go full force in it. I'm not going to sugarcoat. First thing I'm doing is watching this full season. I want to know exactly what has happened and the way it's being portrayed. I've said things in the heat of the moment that I know I can be aggressive with. I know I can be abrasive. I get very worked up. I'm an intense person. I do everything full speed, and that is the good and the bad. When someone upsets me, they upset me regardless of race, religion, age, sexual orientation, whatever it might be, gender. And I know that about myself, and I know I need to work on it. But at no point am I ever, targeting someone or speaking badly about someone because of any of those factors. It's because something that they have said has upset me. Or, Kat, for example, her and I bicker like siblings. But there's also been numerous conversations that we've had where we make up and we love each other. We argue, just like in real life. People argue, but the difference is people see it and you're on record. You're on camera, you're on audio, and there's no escaping that. So I will own everything I said. And there are some things that I wish I could change. But at the end of the day, the reasons why I said them were never malicious. They were never about race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, any of that nature. It was because one person to another person, I was upset.
Okay, I'm going to tell you to stay off Twitter for a moment. At least let people watch the episode, let a few days pass. Because people have labeled you a liar, a cheater. So there's going to be some stuff to process. Okay?
That's fine. Everyone's got an opinion. Zingbot has one. My fellow house guests have one. You have one. America has one. I know that I busted my ass in this game. I came in to play Big Brother, and there was nothing I wouldn't do to win Big Brother. Anything in life worth doing is worth overdoing. Moderation is for cowards. If I'm going to do this thing, I will play it. I adapted to my environment. I conformed to whatever I needed to succeed, and I fought day in and day out. And a lot of my strategy at the beginning of this thing was to paint targets on other people bigger than myself and boost egos. The loud personalities, fuel them, build them up, so that way I would not be the first picked off. Happened on day 44, and I was finally able to play my own Big Brother. From day 44 on, I was finally myself. First half, I wasn't allowing myself to compete. I wasn't being my true self, my personality. I was being what the people in my alliance were, and I was doing whatever necessary to fuel the large targets of my alliance. After that, and I was on my own, I had nothing to lose, so I'm going to play my own game. And that's where you saw that transition happen, is because I went from having to put on an act to be something I'm not, to survive with the numbers, to then being able to fight and scrap the way that I want to.
So you overall happy with your game? Feel like you played a clean game in there?
At the end of the day, I have made mistakes in life, and some of the biggest mistakes I've made still led me to this point. And I will learn from them, I will grow from them, and this is no different. I have no idea what people can, will, or have been saying about me, but what I do know is who I am, and I know what I stand for, and I know that I accomplished the goal that I came here for. Whatever happens after this, I will, again, take it on the chin. I made my bed, I got to lay in it.
Well, at the party tonight, I'm going to recommend go apologize to Tommy.
Tommy?
Yeah, you told that big lie.
I did. I had to. It was him or Holly. And I'm never going to turn my back on her. And she's never turned her back on me. There's nothing I wouldn't do for her inside of this house or outside of it. I'm loyal to a fault to those that are also loyal to me. And my actions have shown that. There's nothing I wouldn't do for the people that would be there for me.
All right, before I let you go, I got to get your reaction to Nick and Kat hooking up in the jury house.
Whoa, buddy. I would have put money on it if I was a betting man that it would maybe be Jack and Kat, because Jack was there first, whatever. But Jack really did like Sis a lot. I love Nick. I love Kat. I have no idea what has happened in the jury house, just like I have no idea what has happened outside of this house in the real world. But that was interesting. I didn't expect it. But that's reality TV for you. There's content, so.
I have one more reveal for you. Do you know what the viewers called Holly all season long?
Gorgeous.
Beth.
Oh, Beth, from David's impersonation of Beth.
That is how, if you go on Twitter and search Beth, they're talking about Holly.
Wow. David left his mark on Holly. Beth from Montana, and she's Holly from Wyoming.
Yep.
That's funny. That's funny.
All right. I'll let you go celebrate your win, but would you go back and do it all again? Or are you one and done?
I would do it again. It's something that I enjoyed. It's something I've always wanted to do. Would I do it differently? I have no idea. You have a plan walking into this house, and when you open that door and you see your house guests, it all gets flipped on its axis. If I could do this experience again, same people, never known each other, it might be a different outcome, but it was an experience I always wanted to do, and I did it.